Boom. Good morning. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. I am your host, A.D. Walker, the pusher, the grower, the motivator. So make sure you share. Sharing is caring. We're going to get into this. It may be just me because I put out my link late, like super late. Um, just, well, yeah, the crazy morning. So make sure you share. Sharing is caring, as well as tag somebody to be a part of this conversation. Today we're discussing, are we afraid to be are we afraid to admit when we can't, or being transparent. It's all about transparency. Let's talk about that. Do we struggle with the transparency? We talk about help, we talk about getting assistance, but can we really be transparent? What's up, Lisa? Good morning. Good morning. Deborah in the building. Good morning. So we're talking about transparency and can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it? Not gonna be able to do. So make sure you share. All right, so let's go ahead and kick this off. Um, that's what we're talking about today. So if you're on YouTube watching this, make sure you watch that. Skim past the part. It's coming up next because that's our countdown. It's an opportunity to share. If you don't know, now you know. What I need you to do as well, because what we're going to start doing, there's going to be some extra stuff in the podcast space. So make sure you subscribe to our Brothers of Legacy podcast. MC80 Walker in the house. Indeed, my brother. Indeed. All right. What up, Jeff? Good morning, sir. Let's see. Let's do this. Spliggity splow. And we're going to go ahead and kick into this conversation. We'll be right back after this. Whew. What up? All right. So today we're talking about, are we afraid to admit when we can't? I need a longer intro. Had to run. All right. So make sure you share. So we're talking about transparency, right? We're talking about the ability to share when a load gets heavy. Share when things get tough. Um, and we talked about help and things of that nature. But today I kind of want to just focus on our ability to really be able to share what's hindering us, what's on our mind, because we can, you know, some things are challenging to put on a table. Um, one of the oh, I'm like I hear something. It's my phone. Um, Sometimes the challenging part is really having a transparent conversation about what's happening in your life, what's hindering you, what's stopping you. Um, and I think just putting it out there is the real block, if that makes sense. And it's the ability to have those tough or challenging conversations to admit that I'm struggling in this area, you know, and even if it's, from your children to your marriage, because those are like the biggest things. Those are um those places where we have to be prepared to deal with those changing in seasons. And your children grow up, your spouse goes through different seasons and changes, because you get older, you're growing up, um you're going into different phases. Your likes and your dislikes, they tend to shift, they tend to change. What you like 3 years ago is not the same things you like now. um so it's preparing for those seasons as well, and being able to admit out loud, um, to your friends, to your brothers, that this is my struggle. I'm struggling with this area. I'm having an issue in this area. Sometimes half the battle of change is um, is actually saying it. He said, "Oh yeah, it's tough to admit we're struggling." Yeah, definitely, Jeff. He said, "Personally, I have no issues asking for help and support and advice. It's a place of strength." I feel you, Rich. That's good, man. Because I don't think I know every area. I just can't come out and say this is a struggle. You know, there's stuff that I've literally had to have pulled out of me. When talking with my group of men. um but yeah, it's hard though. It's really hard because in your mind sometimes you feel like, man, I'm failing, you know and granted, failure is a perspective. You still got everything. Your wife's still there, your children haven't abandoned you, but it's like, I feel like what I had last season, the wins that I thought I was having, the progress I thought I was having, is not really being impactful this season. So it's like I have to shift, I have to change. I'm trying to figure out where my children, or then the question like, how did I miss this? Or how did I, how am I getting this wrong? Um, so it's those questions, but it's a lot of times, and the older you get, you realize you're never the only one going through something similar. There's always someone in the thick of it, just like you are, or has passed this area. So admitting it or saying it out loud allows advice from other people that have experienced this thing, whether good, bad, or ugly. When people give you that input, you feel like, okay, I never thought about that from this perspective or that perspective. Um, and one of the worst spaces to be in is when you're in the woe is me, can't get nothing right. I can't do right. I can't. And you're in this slump and you're not in a correcting space. Let's see. Rich says, I asked men and a group of women, depending on what it is, definitely. What's interesting, when we are transparent about our struggles, we'll find that we aren't at all. Right. Right. And honestly, that's helped me become more transparent, because you meant certain things and they're like, man, I feel you on that. I've been through that here. Or the person that you feel like has not gone through a whole lot. Like, yeah, man, 2 years ago, man, this was a huge thing. You're like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You know. You say, right, Clint Eastwood style, good, bad, and ugly, right? But you definitely have to, it's you got to be transparent, and that's challenging. It's challenging. It's opening yourself up. You know, it's like making yourself a target. You know that, and that's what you feel like. I'm just exposing your weaknesses. You know, as a man, you're like, I can't expose my weakness. You know, and just having those conversations. The transparency conversation is challenge. It's tough. It's the heaviest thing I think that for me that I've ever had to face was just being transparent with others. Even in my own relationship and things of that nature. But the struggle, can we admit when we can't? Can we admit that there's a struggle in our face? Can we admit when it's so heavy that it's hard to carry? Can we admit going through something? You know, we got to get to a space that we can. Hopefully, I'm not freezing. It looks like my bars is acting funky because it shows you, if you never mess with StreamYard, StreamYard has it shows you when your signal is getting weak. Um, let's see. Shame and guilt. Right. Shame and guilt is the nemesis of transparency. Indeed. Because we because that is like it's like hand in hand. Shame and guilt. All right, he said just for a half a second. Cool. I'm trying to figure out what makes it glitch. I'm trying to figure that out. So, and nobody's here. Nobody's sucking up the Wi-Fi right now. No TV's on. Nobody's on a phone. So I always wonder, maybe sometimes when that happens, when everybody's doing too much, that's when it goes down. But yeah, so today I just kind of wanted to talk about that. I think it might be just me today. Like I said, I sent out my link late, so my folks are probably not even prepared. They know we're coming, but it's just, life happens and things happen. There we go. All right. Speaking of, can't even come up with a good term. Looks like someone's trying to log on. The screen just came through. But so, like I said, and have you guys, everybody on here, there's several people on here. Appreciate Jeff and Richard coming through. I know some other folks is on here. And not just a man thing. Do you struggle with being transparent? Do you struggle with sharing with groups or groups of men, groups of women about the things that are going on in your life, in your household, and how are you progressing? How are you dealing with it? I think when it comes to children, I don't know. Maybe marriage might be harder, but what's harder? Like, and those that are married or in a relationship, talking about your relationships or talking about your children. Like it's a challenge of like, man, go through the what am I doing wrong moments. Let's see what happened. Oh, so she sure did. He said many areas no, but certain deep areas, oh yes. So you don't have to go into it all, Richard, but like in subject line, is it like money? What would you say is your biggest struggle? Like, what is your biggest struggle as far as I think women seem to have an easier time being? Ooh, I don't know, Jeff. Some might argue that. I don't know if Sam is on there, but yeah, I don't know. Ladies, do you feel like it's easy to be transparent with your other female counterpart? Like, really be transparent. Really, right? Right. Listen, I think I know her answer, but I want her to say it. So, like, really be transparent with each other. Do you feel like it's easier? Because sometimes, Jeff, we have a perception of things that, and there's certain things I used to think women could come together and they do not as much as I thought. Not as much as I thought. Like, yeah, they come together, but they do a lot of surface talking as well. They do some level of surface talking as well. So, but yeah, that is a good question though. So, is it easier, women? Do you feel like it's easy to be transparent? Is it easy to be transparent? Okay, depends on the relationship. Depends on the relationship. So, Lisa, because you spoke up, and if anybody else, listen, ladies, come through. Um, do you feel like in group settings, do you feel comfortable sharing, or does it take a while? Is it the when somebody shares something super deep, you're like, all right, I'm gonna share my depth. I'm gonna go as deep as they've gone. Like I don't want to be so deep, deeper than anybody else in the room because I might be folks uncomfortable or they may mishandle my information. Oh, excuse me. So is it can you do groups or it's got to be like one on one? That's my question. Can you do group settings? Is it easier? And I know I'm gonna say as just as me as a man, like coming into a group setting, I'm not gonna just share. Okay, and that's a big thing as well. So she says I feel pretty comfortable sharing. Some people just good. They're like, I just verbally throw up all it. I could put it all out there. I could put it just all out there at once. All right, let me get EPMD. If you don't know that, if you don't know the group, I don't know. I don't know. I might have to unfriend you. I might have to unfriend you. It's Eric and Parrish making dollars. EMD.
What up, bro?
What's up, man? How's everything?
Oh, it's all right, man. I can't complain.
All right.
I
All
want
right.
to, but I can't.
Let's see. Richard says doing counseling difficult, discussing some of the narcissistic abuse during foundation years. I'm doing my best, AD. But you asked, was I at fault or was it 100% the person doing it? Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, I got you. I did ask, and that's cool. Share what you can. Don't share what you won't. Just says good morning, Kaneem. All right. Oh, but
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
So, Kaneem, do you have like in settings? Are you a sharer? Like, if we can or have you encountered sharing sessions when people are dealing with issues like someone talk about, man, I'm struggling with my children. You know, do you feel comfortable? Do you feel comfortable sharing as much as what everybody else is sharing, or are you a plunger? Like you just boom, this is opportunity to share. I'm all in. I got stuff going on. Like
Sometime, man. I mean, it depends
okay,
on what the topic is, and you know what I'm saying, what the circle is that I'm in.
right,
So
right,
it. But yeah, I mean, I don't mind being transparent at all. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
But with a certain group of people, you feel me?
right, right. I got
So,
you. I got you. I got you.
yeah, I mean, I think it's good to be transparent sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And folks can give you an honest opinion
Right,
if you
right,
being honest with them. You
right,
feel what
right,
I'm saying?
right,
But if
right,
you giving off, bits and pieces, and it's almost like you got to decipher what
right,
you trying to, share.
right.
Then
Yeah.
I don't think you gonna really gain or learn anything from the
Mm,
information that you receiving.
right,
So,
right.
but there, yeah, but to answer your question, yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind regurgitating some of my personal information.
Okay, okay. I mean, it I'm a little better now. It took me a while. Maybe just forming the groups and coming together. Um, I've been able to put it out there because to my because I realized like I said, most people are there's no one living a perfect life. Everybody has a struggle pocket. Like it may not be hard, but there's areas that they just like. I don't think I'm doing the best in this area. Like even if you look at it like, man, we good, but I don't think I'm doing the best. I don't think I know I could be doing better, or feeling like I'm not sure what it is. I know this we can go higher in this thing, because even like sometimes in your marriage, you're like, yeah, we good. I mean, could we be better? Yeah, but we good. Um, he said, love Kaneem from Richest Soul to Soul, man. So I think, yeah, the transparency for me is like it's taken a while. It's taken a while because you just I don't know, like you feel like you're opening yourself up. you may think about, you might hear it again. You know, I think that's probably a thought. But to me, I think especially at this space, I just don't want to. I feel like a failure in the space. Like, man, you start talking about children when you see people who feel like, man, they seem like they got it together. Like they all got it together. Like, why am I struggling in this space? You find out, they're struggling too. They just, they can smile upon while they're going through it. He says, Jeff says, yeah, the older you get, you don't care as much what other people think. Right. Right. You do. You're right. Like, listen.
And that's why you can share so much.
Yeah. 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 What's so funny? So I took Sam to the doctor a couple of days ago, just like a checkup or whatever. And there was a guy out there talking to like a stranger. And I think he shared his whole life story from the jobs he
Not
had.
the whole.
I think I could have wrote a biography about his life.
Wow.
I think I have everything in my head outside his name. Hey, what's your name, sir? Bye. His stories about, listen, he talked about the military. He talked about the jobs he got. He talked about the jobs his kids got. He talked about the jobs his wife has, what the grandkids are doing now. Like I think I was probably 20 minutes I was out there. I got everything. Yeah,
straight chatter box.
So everything. So yeah, that's some sharing. That's some sharing. But then again, he kind of shared the surface stuff. He didn't share any hardships. So it's like I think because some people can really share their life, but they don't share struggle. Like they can share the good stuff, but they don't share struggle. And the one thing I've always wanted, and I'm blessed to have now, like, it's cool that we can chat it up, joke about stuff, but I like that we can share our struggles. Like things that, man, I'm stuck. Like I'm stuck in this area. Like I talked about my daughter and stuff with you guys, and just to have these conversations, just so I can. Am I tripping? Like McNair was like, nah, you're not tripping. Like just to hear folks say, man, you're not. No, don't worry. We all protective. Like we all get a little crazy. So it's. I love the fact that we have Brothers of Legacy. Just kind of a quick ad of the connecting with Brothers of Legacy. It's a blessing to just be able to share with each other and have that space where you can feel comfortable sharing. And I do feel like the older I get, the more I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna just share because I don't have time to try to figure this out on my own. Like I'm getting older. I need some answers. I need someone to give me the quick answer to fix this thing. Let's see. So by the time you get to be Methuselah age, you just spilling stuff out everywhere you walking, right? In the line in the grocery store, telling people your struggle, like, man, this bursitis is killing me. I said, it depends on the level of trust, because in the past when you open up, been hurt, right? Because sometimes friends or a couple of friends who turned out to be snakes. I got you. I think I try not to think about that anymore. Like, like will things be shared outside a group? I try not to focus on that. I try to just be transparent and share, and just if it came back, all right, listen, I'm struggling in this, because for the most part, the biggest concern is that if you're sharing in a men's group, it's getting back to your wife, like what you shared. But for the most, like pretty much what I said, if she heard, it's just like, we struggling, or I'm struggling in this area. Like, I think the only backlash will be, and for the most part, my wife is cool. She's like, at least if you're talking to somebody, her space now. Whereas before it was like, you didn't even tell me this. Like it was hard. They were sharing. I felt comfortable. I was feeling all warm and fuzzy. So I just let it out. But I think that's a big one, man. Just to be transparent with each other, and the struggle. All right. So I'm going back to my ladies. Ladies, if you're out there listening in the comments, if you're on the replay watching this, do you guys feel like you struggle to be transparent with each other? Lisa was mentioning, she's pretty open, she's pretty transparent. Do you find that groups don't really discuss deep issues, or they really surface talk. Because the guys, we can do the surface talk, talk about sports, talk about stuff going on around the world and taxes, but it's been, I feel like it's part of our age. I think the older we get, the more we're willing to share the deeper stuff, the stuff that I'm outside this house because I need to get this thing off my chest because this is what's on my mind. Asking, have you ever been betrayed by sharing information?
That's a question for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Just me and you, brother. Just me and you. And that's anybody else listening. But might be able to take a while to comment. Have you ever been betrayed?
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, a few times. You know what I'm saying? But it was all in my younger years, my early 20s, late teens, something like that. You know what I'm saying? But I guess that was just part of it. But then I was in a different element back then. I was surrounded by a different circle back then.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like crabs in the barrel, but you didn't know you was in the barrel. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I mean, it's yeah. I mean, I had a couple of lifelong friends. Well, I say lifelong. Went to school with them.
Right. No, I got you. I'm with you.
And yeah, turned out, you know what I'm saying? They took advantage of it. I know some, like, in our circle.
Okay.
Just give you an example. Went to school together, been knowing each other probably about, I say at least 5, maybe close to 10 years.
Okay.
And one buddy out of the group, probably the hothead of the group.
Okay.
He decided he down on his luck.
Uh-oh.
So he gonna go and rob one of the fellas in the group.
Oh.
But what was so crazy about it is that he come and tell me that
Rob.
he come and tell me, like, hold on, man. But we all still in the same circle, we all hanging out still. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But my whole thing now I got this weight on my shoulder.
Right. You got this information. Right. Uh-oh. We lost him. That was getting good. All right. Well, I guess we have to wait till we come back. Take a quick break. You're watching the Brothers of Legacy, where we don't stand out, we stand up. So
yeah. So yeah, that was my example. Wait. I got more detail, but I'll go ahead and let you get back to you.
Wait, hold on. Okay. Wait, we missed some stuff. You blanked out.
I know. My signal went out. No, I was just saying.
Now, the law said, "Don't tell that. Don't tell that."
Probably so. But yeah, I mean, having that weight on your shoulder, man, it's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because you got that trust. I got one friend. I got two friends.
Right.
We all in the same circle. We all still hanging out together.
Right.
But I'm feeling some type of way because you robbed our friend.
Our friend. Right.
Yeah,
right.
You know what I'm saying? And
not just somebody you thought was random and you found out you my homeboy.
Yeah, but in the whole aspect of it, you felt comfortable telling me. But in my mind, maybe I'm the next one to get robbed, and you're gonna tell him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So wow. So I put some, you know what I'm saying, some suspect. Now I got to watch out. So I mean, like I say,
I got you.
Crabs in the barrel, and you don't know you in the barrel. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. And it's so funny that you say. I think about the crabs in the barrel, thinking like, I can't tell you that I'm winning. I can't tell you that things are going well. Yeah, man, I just signed this big contract. Ooh. How much? Oh, you won't miss it if I come over there and get a little bit, So I definitely, I feel you on that. I was wondering that too. He said, "So what did you do, Kadeem? Did you let the guy know? Did you let him know?"
I did not.
Okay.
Till this day, I did not.
Wow.
I mean, like I said, I still feel some type of way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I, I don't know. Like I said, it's a loyalty to both. You know what I'm
I
saying?
got you.
You know what I'm
Listen,
saying?
yeah, it's easier to be on one side, like, man, that's messed up. You should have told him, but it's your boy. He told you. He shared in confidence that what he did, which was wrong, and Kaneem's life is a whole nother space now. But it
Yeah.
just, if you, because I've been, in that space. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know, like, there's a code. It's like, yo, I can't, I might look out for him a little extra. Hey, don't worry about that McDonald's. I got you, sir. Don't worry about it. I think out of guilt, like, don't worry about that. I'm gonna pay for your breakfast. Or, like,
And then just to put a little whipped cream and cherries on top of it.
Oh Lord.
My buddy who got robbed,
okay,
everything was insured.
Oh.
He got the insurance money,
Right.
and the buddy that robbed him was mad that he didn't give him some of the money because he robbed him. Oh, hey, that's when you know you got balls, right?
Wow.
Oh, he mad that it was that's back in now. I was in my 20s back then. Now we talking a long time ago. You know what I'm saying?
I get
Long time ago.
Long time ago.
Long time ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
That's the whipped cream and the cherries right there.
Right. that was. I think that probably tops your most interesting stories. That's probably up there with the five best. That's probably number two. Probably number two. Wow. Right. Jeff, I know. He said, wait, what'd you say? Rewind. Right. Wow. Right. There you go. That's mad. He mad. Wow. Okay. Oh man, that is wow. So talk about some people are clueless. It's a different kind of mindset. It's a whole nother, that hood mindset, boys. It's interesting. It's interesting. And I know for me, it's like, man, I used to believe that stuff. Like, this is part of my belief system. Oh, he said, right, Jeff. He did. He said the guy got mad because he didn't get any of the insurance money. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. That is correct.
Yes. Right. You can't come up off my I was mad that you was coming up. I take from you, and you ain't supposed to get something else. You're supposed to do better. Like, that's not how this works.
And yeah, that's how it is, man. That's how. Hey, back then it was like I say, crabs in the barrel, and you don't know you in the barrel.
Right. Yeah, right. Till you get out of certain circles, you're like,
out of that circle.
Yeah.
Minute.
Was I?
Yeah. Once you get out of that circle, you it's kind of a no brainer. But
right.
Yeah, man. Like I.
Oh, all right. Listen, we're gonna shift a little bit, but he'll be coming right back. When we are with Brothers of Legacy, like I said, we have several things going on. He said, "Hey, do you have he said, "Hey, do you transport mightily, sir?" Oh, I was, yeah. I mean, we weren't too bad, we weren't my peoples. We weren't too bad. We was interesting.
We was horrible.
Yes, we weren't. We was the loud, cussing, somewhat in front of adult, disrespectful. That there's people that kind of we were never like the fight starters. We were never those folks that go places looking to get into it. We were just loud. Like, I remember going to McDonald's and just acting a monkey, acting a fool. Some things I see. Like when I go now, like man, I used to act like that. It's because I remember it, and it's the same place I used to act a monkey. I tried to get a job at. I realized that's why they never called me back. Like they see me acting a fool every Friday in here. Like they see me, or even the front counter person. Like, yeah, don't. What are we doing with that application? They throw that away. They getting that, brother. So yeah, I know. Like I was just, yeah, we were just loud. We was the loud teenagers, just loud and semi disrespectful. Like we weren't like real bad, but yeah, we was rough. We was rough. Hey, it's Alicia in the building. Good morning. Good morning.
Sweetness.
Good morning. Let's see. He said, I would have enjoyed Fame School. I don't know, what's the Fame, the dancing school? But
yeah. What he talking about, right?
Right.
I can't think of no other Fame school, you know what I mean? Right.
Oh yeah. But yeah, like I said, we was probably loud, pretty loud. Are you in? Are you in my truck? They should just call you out like that. That ain't right.
Hey, right. But the funny thing about it is my truck. she didn't claim my truck. Oh, Jesus. To answer your question, no, ma'am, I'm not in your truck.
Right. It's it. Jeff exactly said that was me as a kid, jumping around in public, having a great time, not caring about who's around. Like we were sometimes the boombox playing it loud, no annoying people, driving them crazy. Like, everybody don't like your music. Just we was that. Yeah, that's probably the scope of what we did. But
mine was more of minister society or boys in the hood. That's what mine was like.
Hey, we got a problem here. We got a problem. Problem here. Yeah.
We used to fight every weekend. Not some weekends.
Every weekend.
Every weekend.
Just going to look for something to happen.
Friday nights.
Yeah.
It was on. Yeah, just looking for an issue. It was crazy, man. We was teenagers and we was trying to live up to something that we didn't see on TV, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
We wanted to be like everything. We was emulating, but we didn't have no guidance. Right. Everybody that I hung around was single parents, and we had and we wasn't no fathers being single parents. It was all mothers.
Yeah.
And we was reckless. We had all kind of freedom.
Wow.
So we didn't have no, you know what I'm saying? Like literally, you 13, 14 years old, you can leave when you want, come home when you want, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Crazy back then, man.
Right. Yeah. So we was all two parent. We had the curfew restrictions. Yeah, we weren't out that late,
Curfew?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yes, I would. I had to be home. I act a fool between this time and this time. Then you bring your tail home.
At my grandparents' house, I had a curfew.
Okay.
When the street lights come on, you come on in the house.
You better come on in the house.
But at my mama's house, it was just because she worked second shift.
Right. So she didn't
know. So she didn't know when I was in the house and when I wasn't in the house.
Right.
Until she got home, and she didn't get home till after midnight.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy. It was crazy.
Wow. I think we was all too scared to get shot. That's why we didn't get that crazy. We never got into the fights and stuff like that. We just the fear of getting shot. Shot or stabbed. Neither one was a goal. We just couldn't do it. Let's see. Jeff said, parents divorced when I was a kid. So at 12 or 13, I just was left to run. Wow.
Oh.
Wow. Interesting. And she said, dang, I was too small. He said, I was too small to fight. So I learned how to use the junk talk. You're the one that started the fight. There's always someone with all the trash mouth. You're thinking like, I don't want to fight today. Why does this kid keep talking? He just keep on. He's going to keep on until we get into a fight. Like, he's just going to keep on.
Yeah, man, it's crazy back in the day. You wanted to belong to something, Well, I did. Let me say, I did.
No, you're right.
I didn't have no brothers. I didn't have no sisters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So me wanting to have that, that connection as a sibling out there. So all my friends was like brothers. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, hey, what's the name? Get into a fight.
Right.
Let's go over there.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I guess it was a mob mentality every day. You know what I'm saying?
100%. I get it. And I think all of us have always had a sense of belonging, like as especially as a man, like or as a boy, you always want to kind of hang in the crew, you don't really want trouble, but if that's part of the crew nature, we
That
just
is,
I guess we're going to find trouble,
yeah. And I
like,
was the youngest out of everybody too.
ah,
Yeah. So,
so yeah,
everybody else,
you looking up to you,
17, 18,
right, right,
19, you know what I'm saying? I'm 12, 13. You know
right,
what I'm saying? They sending me somewhere, hey, go give me some, go give me the, yeah, blah,
right,
blah. You know what I'm saying? So
right,
where you at? Then now they
right,
looking for me.
right.
I'm expected to be somewhere, you know what
Right.
I'm saying?
They get used to you being there,
So,
right? Right.
yeah, so it was different back
Uh,
then.
yeah, I feel you. I feel you. That like that goes into kind of you know admitting when we can't, or being in the space where we all want to belong. We all kind of want to be part of a group of doing something, like minded. And as you get older, like even you getting married and having children, it's like can't hang with the single crew no more because y'all got a different mindset. Like y'all up all late, like, hey, we're gonna hang out. You're like, I can't. I got work. The wife got to get here. The kids got to get to school. I can't. Like when you're young and single, random people coming to your door knocking is not as much of an issue until you get family. Like, dude, you can't come over here at 11 o'clock at night like this. Like we all sleeping. Like you can't come. Like the rules have changed. Everything has changed now. Like, oh, and it's just now you want to kind of belong to those that are like you, and being able to share in the same struggle and understand, because someone that doesn't have that attachment to children and a spouse, they don't understand the struggle. Like, oh man, just do such and such. Man, I can't just do that anymore. Like that,
No,
I got to think
no,
long
no.
term.
Yeah. Them reckless decisions are
Right,
not thought of decisions.
right,
Spur of the moment actions. You got
right,
to think about all that now.
right. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's it's a whole different set of rules, and I think us just being able to get into a space where we can be transparent, because there's not really, like we always say, there's no training manual. And though you came from a single parent home and I came from like both my parents, like my dad, I learned what I watched, but never like sitting down and knowing the full scope of this is manhood, and this is, as a family man, this is what you should be doing. Like, so it's kind of like I got some of it, kind of like you probably got some from your grandparents. Like you watch them, like, okay, this is how you run a household, but it's learning the depth and trying to, like, now showing my son, telling him and showing him, like, okay, this is, dude, this is the weight of it, and trying to prepare him, I guess, or be more prepared than I was. Because for me, I'm learning more or less from everybody else, from the conversations, like, dude, don't do this, like, especially like y'all gave me the advice, with my daughter, like y'all have older ones, like, listen, if you don't do this, this was what
Yeah.
might happen. Like this
Yeah.
could happen, like you got to pay attention to this. Like, oh, I know it's like one incident, but you got to think far. You got
Yeah.
to, and it's having those conversations. So as we talk, I want to kind of encourage those to, you can connect with Brothers Legacy, or connect with a group where you can be transparent, where you can have those conversations. My whole goal is not to do life alone. You know, don't do it alone. My thing in Brother Legacy, don't disappear. Like, I get things happen. Sometimes, like, I'm struggling to share all the nonsense that's going on, especially when it's like that I caused it. Like, this is all my actions. It's hard to share that stuff, but don't disappear. Just be like, hey, I'm here. I'm struggling. I don't, because you have no, I don't want to talk about it. I'm struggling. Like, I messed up. I messed up the church's money. Like, I messed up. And just being able to just don't disappear. If you have a group, don't disappear. Just stay connected. They text you. It's like, hey, I'm still here. I'm just struggling. Like, I know I haven't been to whatever it is we got going on. I'm still here. Don't disappear. Don't disappear. And be able to have those conversations. And if you don't have anybody, find somebody. Connect with us. If you're a guy, connect with us. We don't want you to feel like you got to do this by yourself, because it's much easier to connect with each other My stomach is growling. Moment of transparency. I am starving. Thank God it's 9:54. So listen, I appreciate you guys for rocking with us on this Thursday. Like I said, go to brotherslegacy.com, connect with us, become one of our partners, as well as we have go to Beyond Donate, become a pledger, give monthly. It definitely helps us with budgeting and the things we need to take care of every single month, as far as the broadcasting and things of that nature. And we always appreciate your giving. My goal is to, if you pledge at least $100, we'll send you one of the Brothers Legacy t-shirts. I'm running a little behind with it, so please forgive me. I got some people I gotta catch up with. So they watch it like, I ain't got my t-shirt. I got you, because I asked for your size. So we're gonna get you. Continue to share. Sharing is caring. Anything going on, Kadeem, that you want to share?
Yeah. So trying to see about doing a fundraiser for New Manchester High School. So
Okay.
I'll have some more information to share with you, AD, about trying to raise donations or monetary donations, but anything will help. If you got a product that you mind donating, or if you got time you mind donating, or if you got money you mind donating, it's for the high school and the FAME program, like what you were saying. We have an actual FAME program.
Okay, look at that. He was looking out for the FAME program. Look at that. He didn't even know
it. So that now the FAME program is band, chorus, cheerleading, and dance. So it helps that whole department. And they do need those funds for different things throughout the FAME program. So, but I'll get more information. I'm just spilling this off the top of my head right now.
That's cool.
Awesome. But yeah, that's what was on my mind, bro.
All right, we'll set something up. So if all hearts and minds is clear, we appreciate you guys for being here. 988 mental health crisis. If you're having an issue, you or your family. Rose up. 988 having a mental health crisis or issue. Dial that so that you can get the help that you need. And again, if you want to give financially to the Brothers of Legacy, we'll be seeding into the Manchester. We're gonna figure out if there's a goal or a budget. We'll discuss that offline. Definitely seed into us as we seed into other organizations, because that's what we're doing as well. So again, we appreciate you. Financial literacy. I think that's what he was saying when he was messing up. Make sure you go to brotherslegacy.com, sign up for that. As well as we have the men's accountability. So listen, become a partner and stay connected. Dial 84576. Text LW into 84576. All right. So we appreciate you. I'm getting out of here. Long close. Okay, guys, have a great day. Appreciate you guys. Yes, you too, Jeff. Thank you, man, for always rocking with us.
All right, wifey. Have a good day.
Yes, indeed. So we will see you guys. Let me hit this right here. Bam, bam, bam. All right. Know that we love you. Jesus loves you better. Peace out.
You're watching the Brothers.
Nope.